Hey, how you doing today? I am Tequila Coleman, best-selling author, God ordained marriage coach, and founder of GodOrdainedMarriage.com. Listen, I wanted to come on here because I just uploaded the video titled "People from Your Past Coming Back." You can barely hear me in the video, and each time I try to re-record the video, it's so many distractions. So I said, let me go live and get this information out. So, hey, Sheena, thank you for tuning in. Sheena is tuning in from Denver. So, I'm not going to be on here long. Like I said, I'm jumping on here to redo the video I just uploaded because it was just a lot of distraction and you can barely hear my voice in the previous video. So, today we're talking about people from your past returning. Now, here's the thing. While you're standing for your God ordained love story, one of the things that God is going to begin to speak to you concerning is the people that's in your life. So he's going to start telling you, like who to move away from. He's going to tell you who to let go of, right? If when you started this journey, if you had any counterfeits in your life, God is going to begin to speak to you concerning these counterfeits and tell you, go ahead and let them go, right? The reason for this is because everyone can't go where God is taking you. This is also God taking us through this pruning process where he's pruning, the wrong people out of our lives, right? And another reason why God would have us to let go of certain people is because we don't know that these particular people who God is telling us to let go of, such as family or friends, that they are the ones who are really working witchcraft against us. They are the ones who are binding up our lives, who are, doing things in the background we know nothing about. So again, you will hear God or sense God telling you to let go of these people in your life. And he don't always tell you why immediately up front, but later on while you are, on this growth process. I know for me, as I began to study witchcraft and as I began to like really get more knowledge on it, I was able to then discern who are the witches in my family, right? Like because I never knew anything about this stuff until this stance. So, God will tell us in the beginning, to let go of certain people, okay? Because of these things, right? Everyone can't go where God is taking you. Everyone, isn't your friend. People you call family, you know. I'm just leave that right there. Just because they family don't really mean they for you, right? But it's part of the process, okay? And we see this play out in the book of Genesis, chapter 12, where it talks about the call of Abram, right? It say Genesis chapter 12, verse 1. It say the Lord has said to Abram, leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you. So before God placed him in the land that he was giving him, he first had to follow God's instruction. So his first instructions were leave your country, your people, your father's household. Why did he have to leave his father's household? Because number one, Abraham had a generational curse attached to his bloodline, whether he realized it or not, right? And sometimes when I'm just say this, sometimes when we break in generational curses, it's going to require for you to leave your family. It's going to require for you to get away from the very thing that's distracting you or blocking you from seeing these or identifying these generational curses, right? So don't be surprised in the beginning, of your stance, you begin to hear God or you see how God is moving you away from people or he's taking or removing certain people out of your life. Don't be surprised at that because he just it's part of the process and everyone can't go where God is taking you, and he's getting you alone, to himself so that he could begin to speak to you, he could begin to get you ready, develop you, etc., etc. Okay. So when people from your past start coming back, you got to be mindful of who you open the door back up to. Okay. You want to be mindful of like when they come back, is it time for them to come back? Is it time for you to open that door back up to them? Right? So this is where you have to operate with discernment, and you have to go to God and ask God, okay, did you send this person back? Or, or are they coming back, because of their own reasons or whatever, right? You want to make sure you always going to God, checking with God and asking God, it's a time for me to open this door back up. Should I give this person my phone number again, right? And God will let you know. I shared on the live I did, I think it was last week. um I knew it wasn't time for me to open this door back up, just how God led me out of the house. Because right before I left out of my house, I heard God say, leave the children at home. I got an 18-year-old son, and I got my 7 and 9-year-old, but he was like, leave the children at home, don't take them with you. So I said, okay. But I go to this place only to run into someone who God told me to let go of. As soon as I ran into this person, right when I was about to yippity yap at the mouth, God was like, he was like, don't say anything, just listen. So I was like, okay, all right. Right. So as I'm listening to this person confirm the dream God gave me last year. It was 2 dreams God gave me last year. And out of this person's mouth, they confirmed it to me. And while I was also listening, because God told me twice, he was like, shh, just listen. As I'm listening, this person also confirmed to me who I was already suspecting was the witch in my family. So I knew immediately in that moment, okay, this is not the time for me to open this door back up to this individual. God will, let me know when the time is. Right now, this moment is a just listen moment. Okay. So you want to make sure, when these people are coming back, you are checking with God. You are also listening to what God is saying to you while you are in these individuals present. Or if you're on the phone with them, you want to be listening to what your spirit is picking up on, okay? Because God is always speaking. Now, some people from your past, they will return, because as you are going through this God ordained love stance, if you're going through this process, God is pruning you, he's developing you. You're going to come into your anointing. God is going to place that favor, that light on you. And other people can see that. Other people can see that light. Other people will see the favor God has on your life. And so some people going to come back because they want to reap off of that. They want to leech off of you, So again, you got to be mindful of who you open that door back up to. Some people going to come back because they misjudge you. When they see how God is moving you and they see the favor, they see the hand of the Lord, on your life, they're gonna, because all of this bring correction. They're gonna realize I misjudged this individual. Let me go back, right? But again, you got to check with God, because if God doesn't want these individuals in your life, you can accept the apology. But if God doesn't give you that green light to open that door, keep that door closed. Okay. So and like I was saying, some people will come back to leech off of you. One of the reasons why I stopped posting on my Facebook page, I post this at our Facebook group, but I don't post on my Facebook page, is because when I was posting my success and how I was leveling up, all these people from my past are, all of a sudden want to be cool, all of a sudden want to call and hang out. And I was like, wait a minute, where y'all was at when I was down? Where y'all was at when I needed you? So, and some of them were coming back trying to use me, trying to get in my business, see what's going on. So I just stopped. I said, you know what? No. So that's one of the reasons why I don't post on my Facebook page anymore, because people nosy, you know people are nosy, and they come back for all the wrong reason. So again, you just want to be mindful of, you want to always have in mind, this is why God removed me away from this individual, you know and it's not time yet for me to open that door back up. Another thing, because in this God ordained stance, it's like God has us in boot camp. It's like he got us in boot camp. We training, we growing, right? We developing ourselves, right? We growing spiritually, we growing in inner healing and deliverance, we growing in our purpose, right? But here's the thing: if people from your past come back and they have no growth, you see no fruit of growth, you see that they still the same, you can't accept these individuals back into your life because now you're unequally yoked. You're not walking on the same accord. Okay. That verse doesn't just apply to marriages, right? If I grown spiritually, but you still don't believe in God, we have nothing in common. Okay. So if you have already opened the door to, certain people from your past, I want you to check and ask yourself, how have they grown since we have been apart? Because there's no growth and you're the only one that's growing, you're going to find you're going to find chaos. You're going to find confusion. You might find jealousy. Okay. You might find that this person is a distraction trying to pull you down back to their level. Right. So you have to know what to look for and when to open up that door. Yeah. Right. So that was it. Like I said, I wanted to jump back on here because the first video when I uploaded, it was the sound. You couldn't really hear me. And that was because of Miracle had my iPad, my what is the thing called? The iPod, the bugs. She had that, and there was a lot of distractions going on. Okay, so I'm gonna stay on here for a few minutes just to tell you if you have any quick questions, just drop them below, and I'll answer them. You're welcome, Melissa. Yeah. And welcome everyone. Thank you all for joining. The kids are home this morning. What is it? Afternoon. We got a little ice storm coming our way. That's right. Close our doors to the enemy. Someone keep calling me. That's funny. Kings and Queens Ministry. Cause someone keep calling me from this prison number, but they won't say their name. I was like, well, you're not about to get through here. Okay. I'm not accepting anything. I know who you are. And some of these people, when they popping up, it's the enemy throwing them, sending them back, trying to see if you're going to open the door back up to them. Because they only coming back. Well, I shouldn't say only, but some of them coming back to distract you, to pull you off your stand. So, you know, stay focused. It can be draining. The same. Yeah. How did you handle the people calling? I just don't answer and don't respond. Let me tell you something. This is how I am. When God tell me to remove certain people out of my life, and if he show me the reason why, they immediately get blocked. I stop talking to them, but I also block their number. So they can't call me. If they call from a different number and I find out it's them, I let them talk. I'll be like, oh, I'm doing fine. Okay, all right, talk to you later. And I block that number. I don't, you know, um, yeah. A lot of family and friends, they know how I am. They know how I am. I don't play with people. They know I'm not going to answer these phone calls. If they number, if it does go through, if they pop up at my house, everyone know you better not pop up at my house. You won't get in. I'm not answering any questions concerning dreams. Yeah. For the past 2 weeks, people have been coming back trying to connect. Uh, though I haven't answered, I also received a private number missed call. Does that mean rejection has been lifted? It can mean that, and it can also mean that because God could have correct certain people concerning you, you know, and now they're trying to come back, because they have received their correction. But it can also mean that rejection has broken off of your life. Yeah, Melissa, go on and block all of them. I block everybody. I do. I don't be playing with people. Hmm. Yeah, I don't got time to be playing with people. Yep. So we're gonna bring this live to a close, okay? Because I have a lot of work, to get done, y'all. That's why I've been a little quiet lately. I have a lot of work I have to get done. God have me over here creating systems, okay, in my business to help it run smoothly. Um, you said why someone just called from a number I don't know just now. Yeah, I don't even answer that stuff. They call from a number I don't know. I let it go right to voicemail. Talk to that voicemail. You know, yeah. But yeah, God had me over here. Working on a few things and getting things in order. Yeah. So, what does warfare seems? Why does warfare seems to be so high at certain times? Because the enemy is always busy. The enemy is always busy, right? But I will say this: when you get to a point of, y'all hear my children, when you get to a point of um having you develop your prayer life, open the door for your brother. When you get to a point where you develop your prayer life, where you rebuking and binding and stuff off of your life, and you have been breaking generational curses, you've been coming out of agreement with the kingdom of darkness. No matter what the enemy throws your way, you might feel a little of the attacks, like a little headache here and there, but it's not going to affect you as much. Okay. So just make sure you're doing all of those things. Okay. So with that, everyone, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I'm coming back on here tomorrow because I do have a message I have to get out to you all. Okay. So have a great rest of your afternoon, and I will talk to you all later. All right. Take care.